happy spring day. It's supposed to be spring here in Ontario, and I have to tell you, it's cold. Woke up to snow this morning, and it's windy, so it's a spring winter day. It's not really spring. So, what I want to talk to you about is relationships. I have done talks on relationships in the past, but this one has come up because of an ongoing conversation with some friends. Everybody I talk to, and I mean everybody I talk to, has concerns about relationship problems, relationship issues. They can be family, friends, loved ones, husband and wives, common law, love relationships, sexual relationships, and it can be parent children as well as siblings. So, the reason I felt we needed to talk about this is because people don't realize that every life experience affects relationships. It affects people, individual. It affects a person's thinking because naturally some people think, what's wrong with me? Others think, what's wrong with other people? Why is everybody else in the wrong? Why is everybody picking on me? Whatever your thoughts are, you have to know it's common, it's normal. It may be your problem because it depends on your behavior or your actions. But truly, what you need to know is if you have undergone trauma, been affected by a life experience, and trauma meaning loss of a human being, a loved one, somebody close to you, a pet, family, friends, whoever, a loss of job, bankruptcy, really, truly, I say this and I can't specify it enough. Don't look for the reason. Try not to constantly be wondering, why is this happening? Why did this happen? Why don't they like me? I feel like they don't like me. They don't talk to me anymore. Forget it. Let it go. Change is very hard. It is what it is. Trust your gut. If it feels like somebody is pulling away, somebody's not interacting anymore, or they're quiet when they're around you, trust what your gut says. Don't take it personal. Leave them alone. It's very possible they are the person that is going through some kind of change, and it just happens to be the same time you have just had something happen to you. They may not know that you had something happen in your life because they have had something happen. So they're not thinking about everybody else has a story. Everybody else is hurting, in denial, suffering pain and loss, grief, whatever it may be. Because trauma and life expectancy is unique to the individual. It is truly the individual, his or her issue. It is out of everyone else as well as your own control. Thank God we don't have control of everybody else's pain and suffering. Leave it alone. Mind your business. Show concern if you want to say, I've noticed, or it seems like you're quiet. If you ever need to talk, I'm here. And then shut up. Leave it alone. Walk away, change the subject, whatever. Don't keep hounding on it. Right now, the concern and priority is yourself, not what's happening to friends, family that are dropping like flies, if that's what you think. Maybe years later, in my experience, and other people have told me in their experience, sometimes it comes back. The people that have left come back. And it's just coincidental that you're brought together again, and you may re enter each other's lives with no explanation, or you know why. A reason may be given. Don't worry, let it go. Accept it if you're okay with it, or just sit on it and think about it. See how it feels, how your body, mind, and soul reacts. Think ahead. Look forward. Look forward to thinking ahead and not behind you. I really want to say this out loud. I really want to specify marriages, couples erode. Sometimes gradually, slowly, sometimes quickly. All depends on what's happening in the relationship. So many thought it was COVID that was the reason for marriages, families, siblings, human being relationships eroding, becoming difficult, breaking up. The human race becoming somewhat annoyed, bothered, short tempered, less patient. I truly, myself, from what I've observed and heard and talked about and was amongst the discussion, I believe COVID just happened to be the reason to the outcome of people finally saying, I've had enough. I can't do this anymore. COVID really took a lot out of us. Let's face it, everything was shut down. We were not to leave our houses. We were not to leave our vehicles. If we went for a drive, which they specified, please stop driving around. Your car might break down. And then emergency response people, first responders, police, ambulances, fire trucks, all these people will be brought to a scene and subjected to COVID, a sickness. There was so much said. It's irrelevant right now. It's irrelevant to the exact cause of a breakup. I believe what I've seen and experienced and concluded. Those were the icing on the cake. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Relationships were always suffering. Relationships were here, there, all over the place. Good days, good moments, bad moments. Sometimes it's been a struggle for some time. Sometimes things just seem to be getting better. COVID, with its restrictions and being in each other's face 24/7 for months, not being able to figure out how to have space, was very difficult. Very, very difficult. I personally seen a side of my common law partner that I had not known before, good and bad. But myself, I also realized I did not like 24/7 months in our face. I never seemed to have time to myself. But I mean, again, that's COVID. That's now gone, and we've moved on, and so has relationships. The issue is the anger and the lack of patience for one another, whether it's from a previous relationship, a history of relationships that have broken down, relationships that became distancing, isolation. A lot of it is just don't know how to handle it, don't know what to do. We have put up, the human being, the human race has put up with so much. We had to hold on to not knowing what to do and how to handle it. It has caused some difficulty in healing marital relationships, couple, love relationships, sexual relationships, friendships were put to the test as well. A lot of times people had opinions and they spoke them very loudly, boisterously, and that was hurtful. Many people experienced trauma by the loss of a loved one, whether it was a mother and a father senior that died from COVID and were unable to visit and be with them at their side. That was devastating. That's a loss in itself that is very difficult to overcome and heal from. No closure. Is there ever closure in death? COVID brought so much to the surface and so much unknown that everybody had a different, unique effect later on. So it left us today thinking of life, everyone having a different meaning to life, a different meaning to patience, difficulty, different meaning to loss. There was some form of loss, huge individual internal loss going through COVID when you were already having difficulty in relationships and you had to spend more time with that person. And there were people that were in a relationship that wasn't really presently, mentally, emotionally, physically in that relationship that continued with on the side relationship all during COVID. That brought a whole new form of issues for people as well. The other thing is not having control of other people's behavior can frustrate somebody when you don't understand why their behavior is the way it is. It's not up to you to try to fix it, try to make sense of it. What's important is you have control of yourself, how you react, how you behave, how you think. And that could be think out loud when you can't take back things that you say, or you think about it quietly in your own space where you don't say things that could hurt others. And it gives you more of an opportunity to oversee things and quietly take it in. It is important when those things happen to just focus on you, myself. Focus on what you need right now to get by. Do you need food, water, peace, quiet time, nature, or a drink? Life experience and trauma can trigger unwanted, expected, unexpected change. That's inevitable. It is going to happen. Everyone is affected differently by life events, life's trauma. It's difficult to predict the outcome of a person's relationship towards their partner or family or friends or just others in general. And how to predict, like, a relationship is if you go to the grocery store to buy groceries or buy a few items and you come in contact with staff, you have to check out. You also have other people that are shopping, standing in line, or you're passing by. Those are all relationships. When somebody is not happy because somebody's coughing and sneezing and not covering their face, or wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, their behavior, those are all relationship change as well, because your thinking is different, your reaction is different. Not always is it friendly. People that are driving their vehicle, driving unconsciously, selfishly, recklessly, aggressively, and that needs to change. The human race has experienced a huge change since COVID. And a lot of it is becoming isolated to themselves, and they're selfish. They have no patience. They have no morals and values because they've lost it. They don't know what it is. They feel like this change is personal. Too many take it like it's directed at them personally, and that is so not true. Why we internalize it, why we take responsibility, like, hey, this is up to me to do something about it. And really, all that's up to you to do something about is your own behavior and way of thinking. Stop, stop before you lash out, before you're angry at a sibling or a parent or your partner. Stop. Don't react without thinking first. Even if you have to say, I don't like your behavior right now, I don't like how I'm feeling, I want to walk away and come back and talk about this when it's not in the heat of the moment, when it's not happening, the fire right at this moment. Separate. And in the case of you don't drive, get outside and sit. Go to a different room and close the door. Upstairs, basement, patio. Get out of their face. If you're in a grocery store or a public building or a business, or you have to work beside somebody, this is so vital to do for you what it takes to distance yourself from what is affecting you that doesn't feel good. Your gut knows. Do what it takes to get out of the moment. You will be better, you will feel better, and you will heal better after you've thought about it and realized you did not take matters in your own hands and shoot your mouth off, say hurtful things, say how you're feeling at that very, very moment, when it's important to not say hurtful things. You know in your heart you are not that kind of person, and you do not want to feel guilty or try to take back what you said. So I just had to bring that up. Talking about relationships, behavior, reactions, effectiveness, communication, all of that is vital. Because I remember something Brené Brown said, and that is human beings need They require connection, and that is with other human beings. So remember, you're not the only one that can feel the way you're feeling at this moment. But if you know why it happened, or you don't know why it happened, both times it's important, or in both cases, it's important to not speak loudly, openly about what you're feeling. It's best to think about it first and come back to it. I hope you have a great day and happy spring. We know spring is on its way. Have a good day. Bye for now.